Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a really fun video. I'm going to be asking my husband, what should I paint?
Let me think of all the cool swords. There's Gandalf's sword, Aragorn's sword, Jon Snow's sword. But we want something epic.
Yeah,
Could you do Excalibur? That's King Arthur's sword. That's the one where it's in the stone and you gotta like pull it out or whatever.
Yes. Yeah, I can do that.
Could you do something like that?
Yeah, I think that would be really dope.
Bad.
I got you, alright?
Okay, bad.
Come back later today and you'll get a nice old painting.
Ooh!
Okay, now that we know what we're going to paint, let's look up some inspiration. So, he wants King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. The Excalibur is a mythical sword of King Arthur that may be attributed with magical powers or associated with the rightful sovereignty of Britain. Let's look at Pinterest. I really love something like this. I want it to be in the stone and I want the sword to be like centered. So let's make a little board. Let's just look up the Excalibur sword. Now, these all look different. I wonder... Okay, we need to go do a little research. Is it real? Oh, the sword could be real, but it's a mythical sword. So, interesting. Okay, well, I like this one. We're just gonna kind of make it up a little bit. I'm gonna create a cool looking sword then. Okay, now that we got the sword, let's look up a stone. Something like this I like. Because I kind of like this hole. No, I don't. Okay, and then for the background, I'm thinking something like this one where there's rock in the background as well. But at the same time, maybe I'm not feeling it. Hold up, let's look at what these photos were. I like this one, or even this would be cool, or this. I like this one a lot. That one I like. This one's dope. Ooh, or even that one. Let's look at what we've got. I think this one is my favorite. This will be the main inspiration. Okay, so starting off, I've got this nice 16 by 20 canvas that we're going to be using. Just need to pop that open. Let's sketch this out a bit. Let's start off with the sword. Okay. Oh, let's pull you in closer. Hello everybody, so this is me on the voiceover and I'm just gonna go through a little bit of my process. So I started off with a really deep dark blue for the sky. I have found that this big painting brush is really amazing to use when needing to blend the sky. So I like to start off with the darkest color first. And I just kind of block out the parts that I definitely want dark. Then I go in with my medium color and I start blocking out those sections. And I slowly start blending the medium color with those dark spots. I love using acrylic just because of how fast it dries. And I also love how I can layer it. Yeah, then I go in with the light. Sometimes I like to go in with a large dry brush to help blend. Now I'm going to be starting with my fan brush and start kind of shaping out the clouds that I want in the background, lightly tapping out the shape that I want. I like to work with a little bit of like a curved line to start off the clouds because I like it when the clouds kind of blend in with the sky. Honestly, I'm really proud with how the sky turned out because this is one of the first times I've tried this technique. I just came up with it and I think it worked really well. I'm going to be taking a dry brush and kind of blending out the edges of the clouds and using gentle strokes to blend. After I did this sky part, I got really inspired. I really want to create a massive sky painting on just a massive canvas that would cover like half of a small wall type of thing. I think that would be so beautiful. Maybe all different types of moods. Maybe like a sunset one, a night one, a sunny one, a clear one. I think I want to do lightning for sure. That would be sick. Clouds are my absolute favorite thing in the world. And I absolutely want to make a huge cloud collection. Right now I have one more 16 by 20 canvas. And then I have, I believe, 4 more 8 by 10s. And then I have these thin, they're probably, I think they're 8 by 8s. I want to complete all of those canvases before I go out and buy more. But when I do, I want to get massive canvases to do a whole cloud collection. I'll be starting that up soon, and I'll definitely make a little vlog on my whole journey with that. I think that would be pretty dope. Now I'm going in with a smaller brush and really defining some of those peaks of the clouds. I'm not sure exactly what you would call them. This is definitely my favorite part of painting a cloud. The key is to keep the paint slightly wet. So I like to dip my paintbrush in my water, then go in and get some paint on my paintbrush, and then go onto the canvas. For those darker clouds, I did need to go back in with a darker color to make sure it wasn't too bright. Another good tip with painting clouds is make that first puff, and then slightly below it, you layer it another highlight of another puff, and it just gives a really nice deep look of the cloud. Okay, so I went back in with my fan brush, started adding more texture within the clouds and different variety of colors and shades by sliding my fan brush side to side. Alright, we're all finished with the sky now, so let's move on to the mountains. Again, I'm starting off by blocking out the dark of the mountains. I'm trying not to make a straight line, add some curves and bends into the mountain. Then I'm blocking out a bit of a lighter brown, differentiating another mountain. I don't mind that the colors are merging a bit. In the end, we'll add way more detail, so it'll just be covered anyways. Now going in with a muted green, I'm blocking out the parts that have a little bit of grass in them. It's really interesting how, as this piece came together, the blocking part of it, I really enjoyed. I'm not sure if I really found my style yet because there's just so many different techniques and looks that I love. Maybe I don't even have a true style because I just love everything. So now I'm taking my fan brush and I'm creating some texture in the back mountains. And then I totally just touched the wet paint. So I'm gonna take my ring off so I don't get it all messy. My fan brush, I mixed in a bit of white and black and gray and a little bit of the green. Kind of a mixture so that I could organically create some texture and depth. I started off by just pressing in the color, and then I'm moving towards vertical lines and some horizontal lines. Then I'm going to be taking some black and edging out the back mountain from the middle mountain. Then I'm going to be taking some greens and some lighter greens and start creating some more texture on those middle mountains, similar to how we did with the back. And then we'll stipple the fan brush in this dark little section, kind of creating a little grassy-ish, and make sure that there's some depth within some parts of it. And then stipple some of the white to show that those plants, stipple some green, just really getting a lot of texture up in there. Then I'm gonna take the middle mountain color again and kind of outline that grassy section from the mountain. Moving on to the stones, Again, we're going to be blocking, starting from the darkest and going to lighter. Keep in mind, this whole time, this whole piece, I've been referencing my inspiration photos. So this is the stone photo that we found from before. I'm kind of following the shapes and the shadows. And then finally, to finish the cliff, I'm going to be adding some brown. Now adding detail to the stone. I'm starting off by carving some of the edges and blending some parts that need to be blended. I'm adding highlights where need to be, and again, just really following the reference photo for the lighting of this stone. I really love doing small details like this. It really forces you to really observe a photo or an object. And although sometimes the textures seem odd or seems like it wouldn't look good on the painting, but when you do put it on there and you take a step back, it really looks real. And sometimes it doesn't, and then you have to go back and figure out where did you interpret part of the stone differently or object differently, you know. So just finishing up the details on the stone, I go back in with my fan brush and I stipple some different variations of the gray shades to add in even more texture onto the stone. And then I'll do the fan brush again for the brown cliff part. And then to finish it off, I go and kind of outline-ish each rock with a highlight color. Now moving on to the sword, I go ahead and paint it all gray, and I start defining out the part that is in the stone. I do the middle part, and start giving a little bit of shading on the sides. I also added a shadow onto the stone as well. Now, as for like the handle part of the stone, I ended up changing it completely, so I'm gonna skip through this part a little bit where I added all the details, the original details. The reason why I changed it was because it was slightly uneven and the design, it didn't look epic, so I just changed it to something else. A little bit of what I did originally for the handle. I do personally feel like this design wasn't terrible, but I also felt like it's a little bit of mumble jumble because I honestly just kind of did whatever, so it was alright. Finishing off with my signature. I haven't put on the varnish yet because I needed it to dry and also wanted Gio to have the final reveal. Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm excited.
The reveal? I'm so nervous. Dun dun!
Oh shoot, that's cool.
What do you think?
That is so cool. That's so cool, dude. That is so freaking dope, dude.
Thank you!
So here is the final look originally, and then I did take a photo after I fixed it. And here is the final project. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!